Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you once again here on the U to the Tube. So, just wanted to talk about a few quick things here. So, I discussed in the previous video that 3 roster cuts were made, and now 2 more have been made as well. And those 2 cuts were defensive end Kendall Donnerson and also defensive tackle Caraun Reid. Those 2 cuts were done today. So that now equals that the roster's at 80 people now. They needed to get it down to 80, I believe, by the end of this day. So they were able to do that. But also remember that they still have to get the roster to 53 men by August 31st, which is actually next Tuesday. So it's right around the corner. And it has also been said in this article with the roster cut moves on CarolinaPanthers.com, it's also said that the starters are scheduled to play a half or less in the preseason finale, which is this Friday actually, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And apparently, defensive end Marquise Haynes is dealing with a shoulder injury. So I'm not sure if he will be able to play this game or if he'll be ready by week 1, because that's more depth at the defensive end. But yeah, I do hope that the starters at least, I was originally saying at least a quarter. I think a quarter would be nice. But if they're thinking that they're going to play them for a half or less, I mean, I think that's good. I think this not only is good for folks like J.C. Horn, but also especially for Sam Darnold. You know, we only got to see him one series in the Baltimore game, only completed 1 of 2 passes. Couldn't get in the end zone on that first drive, his only drive. So I really hope we do get a chance to see more reps from Sam Darnold in this preseason finale and really get an idea of what he looks like. You know, because I know not a lot of people have seen the practices and whatnot, but I really feel like with this preseason game, it'll give us an idea of at least where he's at. You know, is he going through the progressions? Like, is he looking downfield? You know, is he able to make the good throws? Is he able to make the good decisions? Because, I mean, he's the number 1. And coming up, regular season game against the Jets is right around the corner. Does that mean we'll see Christian McCaffrey? If we do, I would assume that it's very limited. But we'll have to see what happens. I have no idea really what Matt Rule is doing. I don't know if it's just one of the things where he's being overprotective of the starters just so that they'll be ready and healthy for week 1. But, you know, as I said before, Sam Darnold only played a series in 1 preseason game, and I think it would be good to see him play at least a couple of series, like maybe 3 to 5, or maybe just a whole quarter, just 1 quarter. I'd be okay with that. But it looks like, according to this article, that the starters are scheduled to play a half or less. So that's promising. That's promising because we really need to get one last look to see what this team looks like before this first regular season game and just really go from there. See which players can also end up making the team. Now, on another positive note, an extension. I discussed about some recommended players for potential extensions a couple of videos ago, and it looks like one of them have been taken care of. Wide receiver Robbie Anderson has agreed to a 2-year contract extension that'll keep him all the way through the year 2023. Let's take a look at his contract. So it's a 2-year, $29.5 million extension, which includes $20.5 million guaranteed. Now, Robbie Anderson apparently was scheduled to make $8 million in 2021, but will end up making $12.5 million this season with the extension. So, of course, last year his numbers, 95 passes caught for 1,096 yards, but only had 3 touchdowns. So touchdowns numbers were small, but so was DJ Moore and such. So, and it's understandable considering DJ Moore also had 1,000 yards receiving, but I think he only had like 4 touchdowns or something like that. But Robbie Anderson, 28 years old, and the first of those players that I had mentioned before to get an extension. So they had apparently been in talks about an extension for about a day or so, but it looks like they've sealed the deal, and we get Robbie Anderson 2 more years after this season. So I definitely hope that DJ Moore and Dante Jackson will be next. I was kind of thinking one of those two would be first, but it looks like Robbie was such an important piece in the receiving core that he gets the nod first between him and DJ Moore. And here's the thing. Of course, he does have the advantage of, being a target with Sam Darnold, being that they've played together on the New York Jets. I don't know if that, was factored into this extension. And like I said, this is not to look down on Robbie Anderson. I think he's great. I like I said before, I would have loved to have kept him and DJ Moore. I think they're a great dual threat. And then you add in Terrace Marshall Jr., Shi Smith, David Moore. I think we would have a solid receiving core. So I like this move, but I really hope that they're saving some money for extensions for Dante Jackson and DJ Moore. And, with Robbie Anderson's being a 2-year extension, I'm hoping that DJ, maybe they can get him a 3 or maybe 4-year extension, and maybe D-Jack a 2 or a 3-year extension if they can afford them. But I really believe that those two should be next on the list. DJ Moore and, Dante Jackson. But it was also spoken about Sam Darnold in a quote in this article. It says he's super fast, so he's always someone who's going to take the top off. There's plenty of guys on this team to be able to do that, but when you have elite speed like Robbie has, you're going to miss him. So, and then in response with Robbie Anderson, one of his quotes is, "We didn't win last year. That's the most important thing. So I'm just trying to do more on my end to contribute more to winning and perfect everything on my end, my craft." So definitely Robbie Anderson looks like he's happy to still be a Carolina Panther. And I hope to see him really continue to contribute. But like I said, DJ Moore and Dante Jackson, I strongly feel should be the next priority for extensions. So let's just hope that they get taken care of very soon, or as soon as possible. But Robbie Anderson's locked up for at least another 2 years up through 2023. So yeah, I think it's a good extension move, because I already like what I'm seeing of this receiving core with what we have. So passing game, I hope, will be deadly this season, but it's really going to come down to play calling, execution, and it's going to come down to Sam Darnold. He is able to get the ball into the hands of the receivers, make the good decisions, make the accurate throws. I'm not saying that he's going to have a Pro Bowl-like year or anything close to that, but if he can make the right decisions and get the ball into the hands of the receivers and limit the INTs, I'll be pleased. I'll definitely be pleased. But anyway, that's all that I have for now. What do you guys think? What do you think of the cuts that were made today? Kendall Donnerson and Caraun Reid on defense. And also, do you agree with potentially the team playing the starters for at least a half, maybe less, or even a quarter or so? What do y'all think about that idea? And what do you think about the Robbie Anderson extension? I'll say again, 2 years, 2 year extension, $29.5 million, which 20.5 million guaranteed. Do you agree? Do you think that's enough? Do you think he should have been extended longer? Or do you feel like keep extending him was a bad idea? Or should have been DJ Moore first, Dante Jackson first, or somebody else? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Carolina Panthers Talk. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all soon. Take care. Peace out. Yeah.